Hi guys, welcome to TSK, a guide to a more enlightened life. Kimberly here. Tonight's topic is spiritual leaders. So this is an interesting topic because obviously I'm out there as some kind of spiritual guide, guru, teacher, all these different words. And it's kind of a contentious subject for me because I've never been drawn to any one particular teacher nor one particular method, if you will. I know some people really commit themselves to one method that really works. Although, I mean, there are a few techniques that I use on a consistent basis, but no one person's methodology towards an awakened life. My path has been basically one person here has come in and maybe, introduced me to something, but even when I think about, maybe this is a problem actually, when I think about like how I got into Chinese reflexology, for instance, and I started, I'm super into it, bought the book, this one lady's book, was fantastic, really enjoyed it, but I can never, I never read the whole thing through. At that point, my shoulders would bother me, so I'd turn quickly to the page with the shoulders, and then I'd read the little blurb on that, and then I'd do that, and then I'd be led to the knees, and then I'd read a few pages there. And anyway, I just, my best friend, for instance, her ego would be going nuts the way that I handle these things, because I never read. She reads every single page, every single word. If she misses something, oh my God, maybe that was the key. I missed the key to enlightenment. It was on page 7, line 3, But anyway, I just find it funny because I think this has been kind of a pattern in my life. I'm just, allowing life, the universe, to guide me to whatever nugget I need that day, that week, that month. And it doesn't need to be a whole book. Maybe it's a line in a book, or maybe it's a minute in a podcast, So anyway, my point is in talking about this, that all this stuff is great on the one hand, and oh my gosh, there's been so many tools that I've used throughout the years to get me to the point that I'm at. But at the same time, it can also be a hindrance because we can get dependent on these certain methods and think that if we do this will lead us to A plus B equals C, and like, for instance, when The Secret came out, I never read it, but and everybody with the vision boards, there's nothing wrong with a vision board, The only thing wrong with a vision board is if you're doing it to achieve something, some spiritual enlightenment in the future. That's the problem with this stuff, is that it can easily become, just one more thing that you have to do to achieve something. And that something in this case is spiritual enlightenment, which seems like a very noble cause or a noble goal. Nonetheless, it's still a goal, and the truth remains that you are whole, perfect, and complete in this moment. So any truth can only come from the now, from the present moment. So when you start getting into a pattern and you start using the word future a lot, or if I do this, then, if you hear a lot of thens coming up in your speech or in your conversation, you might just, a red flag might come up there, because our egos love goals and achieving things. An interesting question to ask yourself, and this was a question that really affected me, was that, what if everything was already completed now? And you know what my first thought was? Oh my gosh, I would miss out on, after climbing that mountain, being able to say that I did it. Being able to wave my arms up in the air and say, I did it. So anywho, that's just a little blurb about spiritual teachings, and definitely honor that teaching with me as well. There's nothing I can tell you that you don't already know. I'm just reminding you. I'm just having a conversation with you to reflect back to yourself what you already are. So anyway, thanks for listening. Have a great evening, and never far, TSK. Thanks so much.